of all of your lies. I've had enough of putting up with all the disguise. I've had enough. Now you can see I'm not playing around. Now you can see I'm not being a clown. I'm gonna take a lot.
Hey everybody, good June 1st morning to you here in the Midwest. I'm Dustin. This is i0n Talks Games today. Doing a little talk show on for our Thursday stream. I'm probably going to stream a game or something later. Of course, I don't have homework this time. I have a midterm to take, but that's all right. 3 classes, 2 of the last 3 are being done. We're going to get through this. So I want to talk today about a couple of recent semi-controversies or just 2 new games that came out in the last week. Last Friday, Friday the 13th, the game launched from i0n and i0n Media, and then this past Tuesday, Star Trek Bridge Crew, a PSVR game, launched courtesy of Ubisoft and their Red Storm studio that also made the fabulous, wonderfully good Werewolves Within game. So Friday the 13th had a lot of problems at the beginning. And in watching the Twitter conversation and checking their Facebook feed for the game, all the official ones for the game, people were unhappy, and I was one of them, I'll be honest with you. For those of you that don't know, Friday the 13th launched, and a great number of players, myself included, couldn't get in until, I believe it was Monday finally. But the whole Memorial Day weekend, you were pretty much stuck. I didn't get to log in until probably Monday evening for the first time. And I'll talk about the game itself in a few minutes. I want to talk about the controversy first. A number of people got their Steam refund for it, got their money back. Not that they didn't want to play the game, but that they were disappointed they couldn't play the game, so they just wanted their $40 back so that they could then rebuy it later to play it, and that was cool. And I'll be honest with you, I was in that boat. I didn't know how long it was going to be broken, considering it was Memorial Day, and I didn't want to have it sitting there on my dashboard of my PS4 if I couldn't play it. I reinstalled it twice, just different things, thinking that could help. Turned out it was all on their end, and i0n was good. Friday the 13th game, i0n Media, i0n, whoever was communicating, was very good about putting out updates through their Twitter and their Facebook. A couple of statements over the weekend, different things to keep people in the loop of what was happening. And that was nice, and that was a very responsible way to act. Coffee is wonderful today. But I have a feeling, and this was raised on Reddit, on their own subreddit, and I don't argue with it. Had there been an open beta for this game, they'd have had a much better opportunity to see what their servers were going to get. They said they didn't expect 75,000 people at once to hit their servers, and it's apparently cross-platform, but I don't really think it is. I've only ran into people on PS4, but regardless, they didn't expect 75,000 bodies to get in there. Now, I'm an old pro wrestling promoter, and this would be the same thing as me turning away a crowd that showed up for my show because I have 1,000 chairs, but I only set out 300 and 600 people showed up. No, referees, ring crew, hell, even myself and some of the boys would be out putting up chairs to put an ass in every seat, and that's what you do. i0n and i0n Media, to their credit, did find a way to put a butt in every seat. It just took 3 days, and that's unacceptable. But I give them full credit for not only owning the situation, for being responsible for not seeing it coming on their end, and for, as quickly as a team of their size could do, even they said they hired in some people from outside to come in and help them with the server issue, and that was great. But it all could have been solved with an open beta, or 2 open betas, or 3 open betas. You do one a month out. Warn everyone. Not a finished product. Things are gonna change between now and launch. But literally, keys for everybody. You get a key. You get a key. You get a key. And just break the servers. I've been involved in several betas for games, and there's always weekends leading into it where it's literally, here are some extra keys. Give them to your friends. Break our servers. Break them now. Break them frequently. Crash this game was the rallying cry for several of these betas, and there was no open beta for this game. So, yes, kudos for responsibility, but I hope with the next game they produce that they can learn from this and have several open betas leading into their next game. Because Friday the 13th is a really, really, really fun game, both as a counselor and as Jason. I've read several complaints from people on Reddit, especially after the game finally opened up and everybody could get in, that, oh, it's just no fun to play as a counselor, or, oh, you need to have more times through in a random match as Jason. There's 8 people in a match. One of them's Jason in a full match. So you have a 1 in 8 chance every single time you play of being Jason. That's not bad. So you got 20-minute games. 20 times 8 is 160 minutes. I mean, once every 160 minutes, that's not too bad. That's every 2 hours and 40 minutes you get to be Jason if you play continuously, which people are doing. And if all else fails, private match it, which is what they're even recommending, Gun Media and Elphonic are recommending for now, and just host it and make yourself Jason. See how long people want to just hang out with you when you're the only one being Jason. I played last night for a few hours with a group of guys, and we random Jasoned. I was Jason once. I think everyone had a shot, and it was fun. I had as much fun as a counselor escaping 3 times in total, which were the first 3 times I ever escaped where it wasn't a server glitch. And by server glitch, I mean that Jason would leave or get kicked, or his internet would die, something. And when Jason leaves the match, the counselors win. You survive. We actually got away 2 in a row and then a third one last night altogether. It was really cool because the first one was we got away because we got the police called, and I hid under a bed for 5 minutes until in the pitch black too. And let me tell you, that's creepy. Finally, we got up, and 3 or 4 of us all got to the police. It was awesome. The second time we got away, I had died. I had literally put the battery and the gas in the car, in the 4-seater. And then I stepped on a Jason trap. I had healing spray in my pocket, but I didn't think I needed it. I was heading around to the back passenger side of the car, sprung a Jason trap, and died. But luckily, I came back as Tommy Jarvis. And as I'm running down the T intersection at Crystal Lake, or was it Higgins Haven? One of those two. One of them has this big T intersection where I'm running down it as Tommy Jarvis. And I hear the players going, take a right, take a right, take a right. We're getting the hell out of here. And I go, stop at the intersection and then take a left. What? Stop at the intersection. They stop. I jump in the back seat as Tommy Jarvis. And they're like, I gotta say you. Yes, go, go, go. And we okey-doke Jason. Because if Jason can just get in front of the car, he stops it. No matter what. So it would be literally just, he's here, here's your car. Boom. No more going. Cool animation where he pounds the hood of the car and you stop and you can restart it once, maybe twice, and then you go. We saw him in the road ahead waiting for us. He kind of popped his teleport a little too early. So the guy driving stopped, backed up. Jason morphs to get back out behind us to catch us. We swerve around, nearly flip the car, right itself, and out we go. All 4 of us survived with 1 Jason. So it was 5-people game. And that was really fun. The Jason felt like crap, and we told him, hey, man, we got lucky. We got lucky when we okey-doked you. The last match of the night I played as Jason. I posted a Jason game on my YouTube channel, bit.ly/Clambake Productions. And it was very good, actually. I was very happy with it. I'm going to pop the chat out here just in case. Where you at, chat? Pop out, baby. There it is. So I had a good game as Jason, I posted, but I had a better game last night, which is how it goes, isn't it? That you end up, if you're in the Twitch chat, go ahead and say anything you like. Talk to me about this. We can have a little discussion. I had the perfect teleport, where literally I turned on my sense, I saw a red blur up on the hill, playing as Machete Jason, which I think was part 7, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know I was the Jason with the machete who can't run. He can jog, but he can't run. Like me. And I had a perfect teleport grab where I saw this blur, I teleport, snatch, vicious kill with the machete, and I didn't save it because I was getting ready to go to bed. But the guy was like, I was looking at my map, this is crap! He didn't say crap, but it was fun. And he credited me afterwards, like, that was the best teleport ever. Did that guy sell me out? Because someone else had sold all their teammates out and then quit the game. I said, no. He told me what you guys were doing, what your escape plan was, and where some of you were, but you? No, you just had the misfortune of standing in the middle of the road looking at your map when I had sense up. And it was just literally teleport, grab, and he was gone. By the time he opened the map, or got off his map screen, he was just in time to see me gut him. So, it was fun. All in all, Friday the 13th is a beautiful game. It plays well. There are, you have to play in private matches at this point. You just do. There is no way that you're not playing in chat or in a private match and getting anything done. I've gotten into one quick match, and it quit out after about 3 minutes. It just died. So play private matches. I'm a member of a Friday the 13th community on PS4, i0n_4_life. And it is a great community. I've never had trouble finding a game. At most, it's taken me maybe 15 minutes to get into something. And that's because a party I joined was mid-game, and I've got a whole bunch of new friends that have added me off of this already. You know, people you want to play with. We were playing with a gentleman from overseas last night who was fun. He was a rookie. I hit level 11 with that last Jason match. But I think that it's very fun. I think graphically it's beautiful. I'm playing on a PS4 Pro, and it looks really good. I can't stream it live. My internet has no legs underneath it to stream that game plus a broadcast. Some people are able to do that. I'm probably just going to have to save. When I'm hosting or when I'm just in a party, it doesn't matter. My ping goes up to 900 immediately when I try to stream. So, and it usually crashes everyone's game, to be honest with you. If there's something on the game's end that can be done to help, that's sweet, but I think it's just my 15 meg internet. That's the best we can do here, or 18 meg internet, which is the best we can do where I'm at. I feel like a caveman having to say that out loud. But all in all, I would say Friday the 13th is worth the $40 buy. You don't have to wait for the physical release unless you're just a nut who has to have the physical copy of a game. I think it's not tarnished by the bad weekend. It isn't. It's fun. Now, if after the bad weekend the game stunk, yeah, I would say that you're probably going to see a lot of backlash on Gun Media and Ilphonic. But all in all, I think it's good. And I do want to add in also the whiners who are saying that the Savini Jason and the Special Counselor skins that came from Kickstarter need to be sold to the general public. Shut up. Just don't do this. Don't be. It's not being an entitled gamer to want your game to work when you buy it. For a complete game to be launched, working at launch. That's not being an entitled gamer. But demanding that you get the same thing as the people who help fund the game is being an entitled, whiny gamer. And stop it. Final note on Friday the 13th. If you're a parent who's letting your child play this, give your kids up for adoption. I'm not joking. This game is not for kids. My 12-year-old has to put her back to the TV while I play this. And I'm not a psycho parent. But literally, I'm playing with kids who are, oh, I'm 10. Oh, I'm 8. Parents, M for mature, 18 up. My 16-year-old I would let play this game because she's mature enough to handle it. She's not here, but that's where she would normally be sitting, is to my right. What the hell is wrong with you people? I don't understand this. I mean, I was playing with a kid last night who sent me a real name friend request. So now I have this kid's name. He talked about where he was from. So I could find him. If I was a psycho, I could find this kid. PlayStation doesn't raise you kids, you do. Oh my God. Rant over for now. Next topic. Ubisoft and Red Storm release Star Trek Bridge Crew PSVR. I pre-ordered this a month ago. I am a bigger Star Wars fan than Star Trek fan. But I have cosplayed as both. Weird. Regardless, and no, I don't cosplay a lot. I mean, I've got a Star Trek uniform. I wore it to a con once, and I've got a Star Wars robe and lightsaber that you could put. Yeah, I could. I've assembled a shoddy Star Wars Jedi Master costume, and I did do a Sith costume once. It was perfect for work. Our local Chamber of Commerce here in Brookfield was having a dress up for Halloween for work, and I got second place for having my wife paint my face red and black, and I was dime store Darth Maul is what I called it, and it got second place, so I was happy with that. All right, so Star Trek Bridge Crew, very fun. I've seen it called, the dissenting opinion is that it is Star Trek Job Simulator. Okay. I don't think so. I've even had people, my first couple of games, I was captain for the first few, and then I wanted to get the trophies for playing all the positions, and I just wanted to try them all for that matter. It wasn't even about a trophy, really. And I got to say that all the positions are fun. The engineer is boring until combat starts, or until you drive into until the helm takes you into a nebula, and there are systems being damaged. I wish there was a way to do hull repair as an engineer. There's not. It's funny watching the captain go, we're at 40%, and all my screen is showing is 100%. That we're fine. Had that happen last night. That is cross-platform. I have been playing with people who are on Vive and Oculus and PS4, and you can't tell who's on what. I had a guy on PS4 using the controller. I use the Move controllers just so I don't feel like I wasted my money on the dang gigantic pink. Well, Jim Sterling would call them something else, but I'll say ice cream cones. It's fun. The game Job Simulator is one of the best-selling PSVR games. But I don't feel like Star Trek Bridge Crew is Star Trek Job Simulator. I think that Star Trek Bridge Crew is a very good simulation of what the show does, especially if you play the ongoing missions. We ended up in an ongoing mission last night, a ragtag crew. I was the engineer for that mission, and we had a civilian ship transporting a criminal had lost them. We had to go get them. So we had to navigate being attacked, dropping our shields, taking massive damage, getting a transport. Tactical had to scan the ship we were fighting, one of the ships we were fighting. Luckily, on the first try, we found the right person. I, in engineering, am running the transporter. I get a lock on the guy. That's 10 seconds to wait while your ship's being shot up. I'm doing repairs while I'm watching my transporter screen. I literally have my left hand. My wife was laughing because my left hand is out over here to my left. My right hand is just going nuts, pulling the trigger and just literally reassigning repair crews all over the ship. And I'm counting down 5, 4, repairing shields, repairing phasers, 1, lock and engage, bringing the prisoner on board, 3 seconds, captain, repairing engines, repairing sensors. We have the prisoner, captain. Captain screams, tactical, shields up. Helm, get us the hell out of here. I'm taking all the power out of everything else, throwing it into the engines because you have to have full power bars to the engines for warp. I'm charging the warp coils before I'm asked to do so. Which I kind of role play it. So until the captain orders me something, I don't do it. I wait. When I was tactical, I knew I had to blow those mines ahead of me up. I waited for the captain's orders. He painted a target. I matched it, destroyed it. After he said, fire at will, I was firing anytime I wanted to at those targets. So, for Star Trek Bridge Crew, here's what it is. 1, it's pretty. I have a little blurriness on the view screen, and I do clean my glasses and my VR headset before I use it. It's so fun. It's equally as fun as Friday the 13th. It's probably one of the most fun games I've picked up in VR. I played Star Trek Bridge Commander on PC back in the day, and it's similar to that. It is very similar, except in Bridge Commander, you were only the captain, and you were trying the entire time to, through a menu system, micromanage your entire crew. The captain is probably the most fun job on the ship because it's the easiest. And there are going to be people that are going to disagree with that, but it's true. the captain really just has to decide what you're doing. So as long as you have the personality to decide, as long as you're a decider, you're going to be good. Um, the engineer is probably the second easiest job. Helm is very demanding, and tactical can be, but I really don't think it's the most demanding. So I would say from least demanding to most demanding, you're going to go captain, engineer, tactical, helm. The helm, I had some trouble with the helm. Um, and I'm flying the ship, and I'm literally just looking at my panel. I'm not looking at the big view screen that's right there. I'm looking at my panel. And on my panel, unless you're a threat or another ship, you don't show up on my sensors. I flew us right into this gigantic piece of space debris that didn't hurt us, but we couldn't move, and I'm just gunning the engines, like, come on, come on. And finally the captain goes, Helm, look up. And I look up, and I said, black screen, Captain. And he goes, that's because you're flying us into some space debris. Full reverse. Sorry, Captain. Full reverse. Backing us out with my left hand. Adjusting speed with backing us out, curving back out with my right hand. Adjusting speed with my left hand. Now I'm watching the screen. I get us then full back to throttle around the big piece of ship, the debris. And I guess finally to where we're going. The first time we tried to go to warp on Helm, I didn't know we had to line up. So I had to go from my local screen to my warp screen, select where we were going, back to my local screen, aim us toward the warp vector we had to be in. And then there's this big, it's a lever. You got to pull over here, and you literally have to get it and pull it to engage warp. And I bumped my screen there. I apologize. But you just, and you got to gun that thing, and then you go to inner warp speed. It's really fun. If it's Star Trek, if you're not a Star Trek fan, you're probably not going to enjoy it as much. But even if you're just someone who likes a great cooperative game, and you've got the VR headsets, whatever VR system you're on, I understand one of the, either Vive or Oculus is now packaging this with some of their headsets. It's that good. It's that fun. Ubisoft takes a lot of crap, and they deserve it. I keep looking for microtransactions in their VR games. I do, because they're just infamous for it. I mean, the great Jim Sterling has an Ubisoft addendum to most of his shows for a reason, because they do so many things that make you roll your eyes. But you could have that same thing for NetherRealm Studios and WB Games, because Injustice 2 is loaded with in-game, I mean, the source crystals you can buy to unlock premium skins where you can turn Cheetah into Vixen, and you can turn the Flash into Jay Garrick. And, you know, I bought the Ultimate Edition because I'm a dummy who spent $100, but, and now that I'm rolling in funds over here, but, you know, I wanted to have all the DLC. But yet, I don't have Jay Garrick, and I don't have Vixen. It's interesting. I thought I bought everything. I didn't. So, there's that. So, in closing, I want to say that Star Trek Bridge Crew was well worth the purchase. It's $50. It was $40 or $50. It wasn't a full-priced game. I didn't buy Farpoint because I didn't feel that it would be as good of a game if it weren't in VR. That's what most reviews I read said, that if this wasn't a VR game, it wouldn't be considered to be as good as it is considered. And I didn't want to buy the gun. I watched the full video of setting up the DualShock 4 and using it to play the game that the company put out, and it looked nowhere near as fun as not having that gun peripheral in your hand. But as someone who bought the Pro drum set for Rock Band on the Xbox 360, I'm not afraid of peripherals. I'm not afraid of having big hunks of plastic. This area to my, well, if I'm facing north of me, my northwest, just northwest of me here in front of a door that doesn't work in my house, used to be Rock Band land, where I would literally have the Pro drum kit, 3 guitars, microphones, everything waiting to play Rock Band because we would play the heck out of Rock Band. So I'm not against peripherals, but at the same time, I don't want to play games where I have to have the peripheral. And yes, I have a VR headset before anyone wants to get smart and be like, you bought the $600 bundle with your VR headset, fat boy. I know. That was the experience. And I guess the experience of the VR headset is worth that money to me, but the experience of a better shooter game is not to buy a piece of PVC. And the next question I'll ask is, why aren't the Move controllers enabled for Farpoint? Because to the best of my knowledge, because I haven't put out a video to show you how to set them up, you can't use your Move controllers. I would think the Move controller would be flawless for Farpoint. But I haven't played it. If they put a demo out, it may change my mind. But they don't, and I haven't seen any plans for that. So maybe my mind won't get changed, or maybe they'll drop the price down to $20 and I'll give it a shot. Yeah, that was really where I was at with it. It was just a little too expensive for me, and I didn't want to buy the peripherals. So for its price and for what I thought I was going to get out of it, plus with Friday the 13th and Bridge Crew both are dropping, and Tekken 7 drops tomorrow as I'm recording this, I just didn't see the need for it. I could reinstall Titanfall if I really wanted to play a shooter that bad. And no, it doesn't have VR mode, but it's a fun shooter. And they just dropped a free Titan that I've not seen yet. And I'm not really going to reinstall it, I don't think, though. So there you have it, folks. What I think of Friday the 13th and Star Trek Bridge Crew, please buy. Why I didn't buy Farpoint, if you want to buy it, buy it. I don't care. It's not my money. And I'm looking forward to Tekken 7, although I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm kind of on the fence about buying it. I'm going to buy it. I know me. I'm probably, as soon as I've done this show, I'm probably going to just pre-order. Put the pre-order on so it'll start loading so I can play it tomorrow. But, man, the VR mode looks tacked on, but it's Tekken, and I'm such a whack job competitive Tekken fan. So there's that. Hearthstone update before I close. I got up to rank 14 on a great run with my Pirate Warrior deck. Really fun. Really, really fun. I made one adjustment to it because I didn't have one of the legends, and I need to stream some Hearthstone. I may do that later. I may just my kids' accounts on this PC or on this laptop, which is a PC. My kids like Hearthstone, so I got them an account through the Clambake Productions email, actually. So if you ever see Clambake Productions online and you're friends with that BattleNet account, that's my kids, so don't talk to them. But I wish we could play three-way games, because my wife and I play each other at least 2 or 3 times a week, and my kids want to play me until they play me, which is how it always goes. You want to play against me until you play against me. Funny story about that. I was a sports writer for a long time, and I've recently been moved to just full-time news at the paper here. And oh gosh, Chris Mack and Nick Niemeyer, they wanted to play against me in NCAA college football on the Xbox 360. And I believe Mack was running the offense and Niemeyer was running the defense. And by halftime, I was up 40 points. And they played through the full game, to their credit. But I'll never forget it, because probably through the first full quarter, when it was a little closer, they were just both trading the headset off and talking crap. And as I just started to pull away, it was, hey man, we're just going to shut the headset off. We're not mad or nothing, but we're going to shut the headset off for a little bit, okay? All right, well, I'm going to keep mine on, so if you guys want to visit, I'm here. And in the entire second half, I literally just ran sweeps. That's all I did. I was up 40 points at halftime. I just ran sweeps. And I felt bad by the end of it all. And they're like, and they even got on in the third quarter. They're like, dude, are you playing mercy with us? And I go, guys, I'm up 40 points. There's no sense in running this up any further. I'm just going to run the ball. Well, run a different play. Don't take pity on us. Okay. So for that next drive, I went ahead and just ran my spread option offense. And I only ran. They couldn't stop the option. They just couldn't stop it. Every time they tried to kill the quarterback, I'd pitch it or hand it off, and every time. And it was just wrap options, just quarterback wrap options. Literally, quarterback holds the ball out. For those of you who don't know football, quarterback holds the ball out, watches his Q man. So the Q man's usually coming to my left. And if the Q man murders the running back, I keep the ball. And if the Q man's going to murder me, I give away the ball. That's it. They couldn't stop it. So, and that's what happens sometimes. I remember once in high school playing Tekken 2, My buddy Mike, who I know watches this show, will probably have a comment about this. He was the one who could get near me in Tekken 2 because I'm very picky about new video games. Well, I used to be very picky about new video game systems. I'm not anymore. And I played a lot of Tekken 2. I learned 2 of King's 10-hit combos, and I only remember 1 of them now. And it got to the point where we were playing past the controller, winner stays, loser leaves. And after an hour and a half, more, if not longer, and Mike, feel free to correct me in the comments on YouTube later, I just wanted to give up the controller. But I won't throw a game. I just can't. Like, even with my own kids, I don't throw games. If I beat you, I beat you. If you want to beat me, get better. And it's the last bit of competition left in me. And so, finally, after an hour and a half, 2 hours, somewhere in there, Mike finally takes me down. And I didn't let him. He got me. He played as Lei Wulong, and he got me. Lei's a cop character who can lay down and who can do other things to kind of throw you off your timing. And he finally found a way to throw me off my combo timing enough that he got me. So, oh, wait a moment. We may have a licensed driver walking in. Oh, darn. Well, we tried. Regardless. And I handed the controller off. But this feeling of my friends wanting to kill me in the room was something I'll never forget. Because it got to the point where literally they were just screaming, "Someone effing take him down! End him! Somebody beat this guy!" And no one did until Mike finally got me. And I was glad to hand off the controller, and I did not pick it back up that night. I just watched. And everyone had a lot more fun, including me. I enjoyed watching my friends play. So there's a couple funny stories to end this thing for you. This has been i0n Talks Games. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know I've talked for a while here, so I'm going to jump off of here. Thank you for watching. Saturday, I don't know if I'm going to get to stream. I may time something out on YouTube to pop up because I am going to be working at the Lions Club tournament, basketball tournament on Saturday. So outside of that, though, I hope you have a great time. I'm still on vacation from working. I'm doing my volunteering still, but hey, that's why you volunteer. So thank you for watching. God bless you. Don't forget you can see what I do here on twitch.tv/i0n4life on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And everything I've ever done is archived on Clambake Productions YouTube channel, my production company, bit.ly/Clambake Productions. Thank you for watching. God bless you, and have a wonderful rest of your day.
This has been a Clambake Productions podcast. Thanks for listening.